It's Tuesday, 7 p.m. You're on the radio show. Listen to me. I'm Mimi Steward.
Y yo soy J. Jesús Rodríguez Caballero. Este es tu show. Listen to me, que comienza ahora.
A Víctor Alejandro, a todas esas personas que nos ayudaron en los premios Paolis y que nos entrevistaron en los premios Paolis, bien chévere. Estamos muy agradecidos. Y Listen to Me, se enteró de que hicimos escante en la alfombra roja, right, Mimi? We were right there in the Paoli Awards. We really killed it in the red carpet. There was people from all over, from Kaku, from other radio stations. I mean, air radio stations, television stations, just interviewing us, talking to us, and we had a very good vibe. We didn't win. But we're very humbled about the awards, and you know what? We'll be there in 2018, so that's no problem. So vamos a estar hablando sobre nuestro show de comedia improvisada Bohemia. That's going to be in June, the second event, and also we're going to be expecting a phone call from a gentleman from the FSA and the Orange County School Board. So we have a very interesting show. Saludos a mi esposa. Saludos a Paloma, that they're sick, and I hope they get better real soon because we love y'all, and especially my wife. I miss ya, and she came back from Puerto Rico y vino enfermita, so esa es como la enfermedad de la colonia, le dio la enfermedad de la colonia, you know, she went back to Puerto Rico and she came back, she got sick. Nah, I'm just joking. Está la monga por ahí going around. So this is Listen to Me, and Mimi, how you doing, my dear? How's everything going?
It's a beautiful night, Mr. J. Thank you very much.
Cool. So, basically, aquí estamos en Listen to Me. Vamos a ir a una cancioncita bien rapidita para enjoyar las cosas este martes. Que Dios me los bendiga. Listen to Me. After the song, we're going to have the phone call. We're going to talk about Bohemia. We're going to talk about the Paoli. So, let's dance. Yes. Yeah. Gloria a Dios. Yes. Bueno, mi gente, Dios nos bendiga. It's Listen to Me, el programa nominado para los Paolis para mejor programa del año. We are here today, this Tuesday, after the Paoli Awards, and we're going to talk a little bit about the red carpet and the Paoli Awards and how good it was for us. And it was just an overall positive experience where friends, let's put it this way, it was more like a college reunion of artists and promoters and people from the business world, Latino, English, Spanish. Even there were some Portuguese people there. There were some people from Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Mimi took some photographs with some singers from Mexico,
yeah.
Norteña.
A few bands. They were very talented.
Very talented bands, and it was a very, very positive vibe, and it was the 34th edition, so it was really, really cool. Because the vibe was that they were giving like homage to Victor Alejandro because he's a really talented Argentinian singer, the husband of Eva Vargas. But Mimi, talk to us about your experience, because this is like my 7th Paoli Awards that I've been either working or nominated for other various things. But for you were the first red carpet for the Paoli Awards. So tell me, that's another thing. Her dress killed it. She did an awesome job with her dress. Everybody had nothing but positive things. Who's this girl? Who's this girl? Who's this girl? It's like Madonna. Who's that girl?
Felt like her.
So tell me, Mimi, how was that experience in the Paoli Awards?
Man, the experience was amazing. I was so humbled and grateful to be with such amazing, talented people. They have the passion that I have. Not only that, they strive, they hustle, they're great, they're respectful, and everyone supports each other. So I felt like I was home, believe it or not, Mr. J. And not just that, is to see everyone get together and have such an incredible passion is amazing to me, because this is actually what I strive for. So I'm honored to be with everyone in the same boat as me. So it was just amazing. I mean, I met so many beautiful people, talented people. There were knockouts, and not only that, Mr. J, you killed it too in your suit.
Oh yeah, you know, I looked like very dapper. You know, I clean out really good and all that stuff. But yeah, we met Mark Anthony's father.
We did.
So he's a very humble man.
Very much so.
He was very gracious. He was gracious with everybody. You know, a lot of people wanted to take photographs with him. He accepted. He had compliments for your dress, saying that you were very beautiful and that you had the New York vibe. And I'm like, yes.
Wow.
So you know, and his son was born in New York, so Mark Anthony is from New York, so basically that we had it. But Omar, and who was the other gentleman that was taking the video that was with us?
Yes, we had our photographer Omar Latif Photography. He was running around there taking photos of us and everybody. Amazing shots.
I mean, he just fit in. There was people, people thought that he was like press. This is like, and that's cool because that evokes the professionalism of how he reacted and how he did his job. But he must have taken at least 2,000 photographs because I mean that guy was snapping everywhere, everywhere and anywhere in the red carpet. He was there, and he does take some really good photographs. As a matter of fact, he's the guy who took the photographs of you and I, who we use in the logo, right? That I'm with the Soy Sato T-shirt. It was in the Dance the Runway, right? We were one of the rehearsals.
Correct, yeah.
So that was it. And talk to us about the videographer. How the videographer and you've done a couple of projects with him also, right?
Right. Yeah, he's a videographer here in Orlando, and he's actually studied at Valencia Community College, and he was with us, and he was filming us. So you guys will be releasing this soon once it's edited, and you will see behind the scenes and our interviews and everybody we encountered soon.
It was really, really positive. We found there was a lady that was nominated for Best Sports Show, and she won. She was also doing interviews.
Right.
She was crazy with you. Loved your dress. She interviewed me. Basically, we had a lot of fun in the red carpet.
Good to me.
And the food was fabulous. you know, the DoubleTree. Everything was exquisite. We also met Danny Ramos, which is a Hispanic impresario, and another Mimi. So there's another Mimi in the mix. So we're going to be talking with Danny Ramos, a very positive Orlando impresario, and we're going to be. He also has other things that we're going to be talking about, and other projects that we're probably going to be working with him also. So it was a networking party. I mean, I got business cards galore. I even came out with some glassware, and all that stuff. So I don't know what happened, but at the end of the night, I had like glassware, and like, cool, I got this. So and it was a really good. It was an homage to Eva Vargas' husband, which is Victor Alejandro, a very famous Argentinian singer. And he even that homage. It was kind of funny because he got presented the same Paoli Award that he won in 1983.
Wow!
Remember
they
when
did show a flashback.
His wife presented that first Paoli Award to Victor Alejandro, and he got all emotional. Right. He tried to sing, and he got emotional. He had to stop. But it was. That's the thing about these awards. Again, it's like a college reunion, but of artists. So we talked with Denisa, who's a very famous singer from Puerto Rico. Olga Amat, which is a reporter for Telemundo. So we meet people not only from radio, television, and especially from Radio UNT. It was kind of nice to see our little spot. It said Radio UNT right there. We placed our poster. We placed our business cards. You know, everybody was asking us about Radio UNT and what was .net and how to, The thing is that the movement and evolution, because a lot of the stations like the one that won Best Radio Show, they broadcast over the air, but they are also doing streaming video. So basically the future, we're not far from the future of what true radio stations are going to be doing in the future with Radio UNT. And to be nominated as the only radio station that is purely 100% online, and also that we're a Christian radio station, so it was kind of the first, and a lot of people were noticing us.
You broke a lot of barriers. Yeah, for sure. Not only were 16 nominees, we made third.
There was 7. Actually, at the list I was given was 17.
17.
When we ended with the nominations, when we looked, I counted 18. So 2 more were added at the end. So that is good. So out of a pool of 18 to end up third, yes, Miss Mimi. And we have still more than a year. You know, we're not a year old yet. Right. So we got to when we're a year old, Listen to Me has to celebrate. We have to do something like rent a DoubleTree or something like that. Budget permit. And basically we'll see what happens, and we could do that. But Mimi, another thing about the Paoli Awards, there was no drama.
Not at all.
Everybody was happy.
Not at all. I don't expect that at all.
You know?
We should be happy. we're all there together in the same field in entertainment. We should be supporting each other.
But you know that there's been some other awards that there's been like drama, but this award again. Didn't you feel like you were a family?
Well, yes. From when I first walked in, I didn't anticipate any of that. So it was exactly what I expected. Okay. So it was great. I got so much love from everybody that we were with. Everyone was very respectful. They showed me a lot of love. I really, truly was very comfortable.
Well, good.
And we'll be back.
And we'll be back next year in 2018 en potencia. Vamos a estar ahí en los premios Paoli 2018. We're going to talk with Eva Vargas, and who knows? Probably we could even partake of the production of the red carpet. We could probably take over.
We're gonna do it.
Just give
We're
me that,
gonna do it,
and I will.
Another important, and again, Paloma's not with us today. She's feeling a little bit ill. My wife is watching us from home. She's back from Puerto Rico. She's also ill. So to Paloma and to Shami, mucho beso. Shami, I hope you feel better. Y Paloma, espero que te sientas bien. But Mimi, you have some really good news about your son and the FSA. Tell us about that.
Yes, all right.
We'll get back to the Paoli in a moment.
We could talk about this pretty much the whole time. Well, I got a great phone call, which normally you don't receive it, but I'm very blessed that we had a great teacher. And she gave me a personal call and told me congratulations that my son passed the FSA.
Yeah! All right.
Huge. I mean, this is his first time. He's only 8 now. He just turned 9. Oh, happy birthday, by the way, Royal. God bless you. He just turned 9 years
All
old.
right. Yes. Good.
So it was excessive. He was crying. He was a little stressed out. With this FSA, first time being stressed out over a test in his entire life. Well, with hearing this, he started tearing and crying with enjoyment, and so did we. So that blessed our heart for the whole summer, because apparently the results come out during or after summertime. So
the teacher did something beyond and over and call you. All right, well, cool. Well, you know what? We've been kind of talking about the back and forth of the FSA and how it affects and finally, the Orange County, and thank you, Catherine, for setting this up. We're very grateful for her help, and we understand that there was a little bit of logistical problems, but we finally got it. We do have somebody on the phone, and if let me just put on my headphones here so I could hear him. And sir, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Me escucha? Hola, ¿cómo estamos? ¿Me escucha?
Sí, le escucho.
Hola, señor. Usted está llamando de la Orange County Public Schools, ¿verdad?
Eso es correcto.
Bueno, para la gente que nos están escuchando en radio unt.net en Listen to Me, por favor, dígame su primer nombre, su apellido y si puede la posición en que está usted en el Orange County Public Schools.
Claro, mi nombre es William Bond y soy el director ejecutivo del Departamento Multilingüe.
So usted ayuda a los estudiantes a aprender otros lenguajes o ESOL, ¿cómo es esa cuestión?
Es correcto. En nuestro departamento ofrecemos clases y ayudamos a la escuela para que los estudiantes aprendan el inglés como tal.
Bueno, pues fantástico. So you do speak English then, right?
Yeah, I do speak English.
Cool. What is your educational background, if you don't mind me asking you, and so our listeners could gauge who you are and within the Orange County Public Schools?
Sure. So basically, I came from Puerto Rico to U.S., University of Florida. That was about 25 years ago. And my goal was to become a teacher, a bilingual teacher, and also an ESOL teacher.
I see.
So I graduated, taught for 6 years. I taught bilingual, and then I taught regular English classes. And then from there, I became an assistant principal. I worked as an assistant principal for a couple of years. Then I became a school principal. And then as a school principal, I worked with a school who had a bilingual program. I did that for 6 years. And then with a bilingual program, it was a school with what we call 85% free and reduced lunch students, as well, and the bilingual program, and also a shelter program as well.
Good. Well, I think that proves your qualifications, and we're very, very grateful that you're taking our call. You called us today and taking our questions. My producer, Mimi Steward, she has a couple of questions she would like to ask you, and then I would go back, and we probably will be going back and forth in English and in Spanish since we are a bilingual show. So thank you so much for answering our questions both in English and in Spanish. So with that, sir, I'm going to pass it on to my producer, Mimi Stewart, and she may have a couple of questions for you. Let's see what's going on. Mimi.
Hey.
Sure.
Good evening, Mr. William. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your call. Really, truly appreciate it. And I just have a few questions in regards to the FSA, which a lot of our parents here in Central Florida have a lot of these questions that haven't been answered, nor in the school or by pretty much administrative team in their school.
Okay.
For the first question, the FSA. The youngest is 8 years old, so it's 3rd grade. Originally, was it 4th and 5th through 10th grade?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I'm getting an echo.
No worries. Originally, the FSA testing, if I'm not mistaken, was 4th and 5th grade through 10th grade. Now they went down to 3rd grade. And I just want to know really, why is that? Do you think that they will go down even lower? But why are they going such a young age and a younger age?
Well, that's a good question. For the time that I've been here as a teacher and also an educator, it has always been from grades 3 to 5. And it's part of the Florida statutes, the section 1008. And it's part of the law that we have here in our state. So it starts from grade 3 and above.
How recently, well, you said that it's always been in 3rd grade. So then it's a misconception, and a lot of us thought it was 4th and 5th. But you're stating that it's pretty much always been 3rd grade to 5th grade. Is that correct?
Yes, it's that's correct. It starts in 3rd grade. That, at least from all the time that I've been here as a teacher and also as a principal and assistant principal, has always been at 3rd grade and above. And I've been here for 20-something years.
Wow, okay, see, right there was a lot of misconception on that on its own.
Yeah. Mr. William, my one of my questions, and I'm sorry to interrupt, Mimi, why do you think that there is so much stress with these tests? Oh, it rhymed. Why is there so much stress with these tests? I'm sorry, Mr. William. I'm a little bit of a goofball, but in all seriousness, why is it so stressful for these parents?
Well, the stress in itself, I think it goes back to the requirements of the state. The state, it definitely, when we look at that particular assessment, in the state, the law requires a child to get a specific score on that particular test in order for them to be promoted to 4th grade.
Okay, so it's more our state legislatures, our executive branch that have controls over those testings, because there has been in the past laws introduced in Tallahassee to try and eliminate the FSA and equate it to results like the SATs or another testing like that. Is that, have you heard of these older laws that kind of died in Tallahassee that I'm talking about?
Yeah, no changes that we have heard from Tallahassee.
Okay.
What we are hearing right now is basically it is the FSA. That is the assessment.
Okay.
And what it is basically those are the assessment is measuring the standards are instructed in the classroom. So in other words, those are the standards that our kids are mastering in the classroom. And at the end of the year, they'll take an assessment to measure student proficiency on those standards. Okay. But it's part of what we call it's a state in Florida.
Yeah, it is a state law. That's why I was talking about older pieces of legislation that died in Tallahassee that would have done away with the FSA. Now, I have probably this question is not related, but there is a possibility that there is a law or there is a signed law where you could take your kid to any school. Will that affect the FSA in any way?
I have not heard that law, but meaning as a district, I have not heard that.
Okay.
So this is the first time of me listening to that.
All right. Yes, I think there is a law where you could, if you are willing to take your child to another school, you're not obligated to take it to that same district. And we just wanted to see the correlation with that with FSA. But if you didn't hear about it, no problem. Mimi, do you have another question for Mr. Williams?
Yes. We would like to know, how many times can you take the test per year?
It's a good question. So the actual FSA, you only take one time per year.
One time per year.
And I'm talking about third grade, of course.
Third grade, yes.
So there are no other options if they fail?
Okay, so what the state tells us is basically we call it there's a couple of options. Another option that they take another assessment. Let's say the child in third grade does not pass the test, and he gets a level 1. And so with the particular student, they might take another assessment at the school level, in which is approved by the state. They still need to pass that particular test. You probably have heard that some students that might not take the test and they are giving another assessment. It's not the FSA, another assessment that's correlated, and they still have to pass the test.
Oh, interesting. So basically, your administrative team or your principal or teacher would let you know if you fail the FSA, there's another route, a test that's similar to the FSA. I guess it's a substitute.
It is right. It is an assessment that has been approved by the state, and at least for our district, it's the same assessment, for all the schools.
So technically, you have more than one shot then.
That's correct.
All right. That's really good to know, because a lot of parents are stressed out for this. We don't have enough information at all given to us.
So we found two misconceptions. One was the degree of the age, and that they could take the test again.
Yeah, correct. So it's huge.
That is,
they can take another. I want to clarify that. They can take another assessment that correlates with the assessment as an approved assessment, but it's not the same FSA once again.
Okay.
So you can get your results before the year ends, or would you get your?
That's correct.
All right. Obviously, you would, because you could correlate to. Yeah. Okay. So you have more than one time per year. That's really important.
And of course, there's many instances that, for example, a child will take what we call a specific summer school,
right?
And then at the end of the summer school, they can take the assessment, a reading assessment. And then if they pass that assessment, they'll promote it to the next to fourth grade.
So then they can continue on to summer school and continue on with testing during summer school in order to pass their grade.
Right. They'll take summer school, and at the end of summer school, they'll take it. It's truly an option.
It's an option. That's really huge. I really appreciate this information.
Wow. Thank
you,
Mr. Williams.
Por nada.
Mr. Williams, so básicamente, en su humilde opinión, y otra vez disculpe que vayamos del lenguaje inglés al español, pero
no hay ningún problema.
Como este programa es bilingüe, ¿qué consejos le daría a esos padres y esas madres que están un poquito estresados sobre este examen, y además estos muchachos que están un poquito estresados? Fuera de las prácticas que hay en línea en la computadora del FSA, ¿qué otra cosita usted les recomienda a aquellos padres y a aquellas madres para suavizar el estrés de ese examen? Que no es tan, que no lo deben de coger tan a pecho, pero ¿qué consejo usted da?
lo más importante es que comiencen con al principio del año, que los niños estén leyendo, que practiquen la lectura desde bien temprano. Y no empezamos en tercer grado, pero desde antes de tercer grado.
Okay.
Esta prueba, por ejemplo, los estándares de tercer grado requieren los estudiantes que puedan leer pasajes de ficción y no ficción. Una práctica con eso, donde los estudiantes están leyendo todos los días en la casa, donde los padres los ayudan, le hacen preguntas de comprensión, por ejemplo. Pero una manera, como nuevamente, como le digo, no es comenzando en tercer grado, pero desde mucho antes.
Entiendo.
Yo diría desde kindergarten. Y no importa si vienen, perdóname, si vienen de, por ejemplo, de otro país, están aprendiendo el inglés, pero todo se comienza con esas estrategias de lectura, matemática, los niños haciendo esas tareas en la casa, bien importante. De esa manera, para el tiempo cuando ellos les tomar esta prueba, no es una sorpresa, porque ya el estudiante lleva estudiando mucho tiempo.
Entiendo. Y también este examen se da en matemática. This test is also given in reading comprehension and in mathematics, right, Mr. Williams?
That's correct. For third grade, they'll take a reading test and a math test.
So basically, the foundation of avoiding the stress of these two tests is to prepare early, and as early as kindergarten for reading and first grade for math, or also through kindergarten?
It's a good question. Starting in kindergarten, once a child starts school, it's a time for them to start learning how to read, but also comprehending, also doing math early on, where they actually do that homework, that there's that commitment at home as well, but the kids are responsible and accountable for that. So it is an important piece of the puzzle. It's that hard work that we do at home with them.
Good, Mr. Williams. Mimi, do you have any other questions for him?
Is this FSA testing only in public schools or as home virtual
homeschooling?
Yeah.
Very good question. The assessment is public schools and also charter schools as well. They have to get the test too.
Public and charter.
Okay. Because they're part of the system.
All right.
Now, private schools, however, they have their own assessments as well.
So they
it's
have
not the FSA, so they might have different assessments.
Okay, so they have to obey a state law to have these assessments, both privates and public schools, right?
Don't know about private schools, but definitely public schools. We definitely have to follow what the state is sharing with us.
Cool. All right, Mr. Williams. So let's kind of mix it up a bit, and let's go to the other topic in Orange County Public Schools, the summer slide. Can you explain to us what the summer slide is?
Basically, the summer slide is once students leave school and the summer starts, if they don't take time for them to go back and read a good book on a weekly basis, as well as do some math skills at home, then you get to see what we call a summer slide. When the students get to start in August, that proficiency level has been reduced because they were out of school for 2 full months. And so what we always recommend is basically for our parents to always get a really good book for students so they can continue practicing in reading with those reading skills at home, as well as some math skills. Now, the way I like to see this is like, for example, you are going to run a race, right? You prepare very hard for that race.
Exactly.
But if you take a 2-month break, then you're gonna slide, right?
Yep.
So one way to keep that momentum, that learning going on, is for our students to continue learning during the summer.
Good. So basically,
Now,
it's Mr. Williams. So then the summer slide is actually a preparation to get these students ready for the new school cycle, right?
So what we want is that the kids don't slide.
Okay.
So we want them that throughout the summer they continue to prepare, and so that learning continues. And there's multiple resources that are for free.
Can you give me an example of one of those resources?
Oh, I'll be happy to share with you. For example, a very simple one is make sure that our parents go to the library and always check out some books of our youngsters. Okay, basically one book that they can read. Ideally, one fiction and nonfiction. Now, there's a research, and I'll share with you, that's online, and I'm going to spell it for you.
Okay.
It's called newcela.com, and this is for grades 2nd through 12, and I'm going to spell it for you now.
Okay.
It's at NEWSELA.com. And what this is basically the kids get to read different articles that are current articles. And the best part is that you can also get the articles in Spanish.
Wow.
So you have them in English and in Spanish, and it has comprehension questions, and they're all for free.
Wow.
So our schools use this resource as well, but it's a great resource to have during the summer, and have the kids at least log in on a weekly basis, pick a good article, and the articles are basically things that the kids like. So they talk about music, the arts, what's currently happening in the world. So it's a very nice, and the best part is for free.
That's great.
Wow. So, and if parents want to research more resources, what are the key words they could do? And pardoning for using this term, Googling it, but what keywords, Mr. Williams, would they parents look up in Google to be able to get more resources?
Anything reading for the summer.
Okay. So have them involved with reading and also with mathematics also, right?
And I agree with you 100%. In the reason why I'm underscoring reading is because reading will transfer to the other areas as well, what we call transfer to counting areas.
Okay.
So, for example, when we look at math, they will have like a math word problem. So the kids not only need to be able to calculate, but they need to be able to read a paragraph and identify specifically what the kind of math problem they need to solve. But they still have to read.
Good. Well, Mr. Williams, I'm very happy and very proud that you've taken the time to call in and answer our questions. I think the topic of the FSA is something that we will continue to talk about here in the radio show as we talk with legislators, candidates to legislator in Tallahassee to see how this evolves. But you've touched the base on how to eliminate the stress, so I'm very grateful about that. We did not know about the summer slide, so I'm grateful for you and for Catherine for helping us. And I hope that you and Catherine could continue continue to communicate with us so we could provide the information, because not only for Orange County, even though we broadcast in cyberspace, we want everybody in the world to understand that the show Listen to Me is not only a vocal to understand and learn things from Orange County, but to even ask questions in their own school board or districts outside of Orange County, even outside of the state of Florida, because we're listened in. Listen to Me is heard in Texas, Illinois, Puerto Rico, not only Florida. So the involvement, the involvement is to get engaged with your kids at an early stage, and that will avoid the stress of the FSA, and it will prepare them for their next school period and avoid that summer slide. Right, Mr. Williams?
That's correct. That's correct. And it is key. It's key that they continue to learn during the summer. Right. So learning does not stop in May. Mm-hmm. It is really to continue to build those skills during the summer.
Wow. Mimi, do you have any other questions for Mr. Williams?
I just greatly appreciate the information. It's what causes a lot of the parent stress is not having enough information provided. And even going to your own school and speaking to the administrative team, sometimes it's not that simple and you don't get much of any information. I was one of them. It was my first year coming in with my oldest child, and I didn't have any of this information that Mr. Williams, actually telling me. So, and I went several times to meetings with the principal and with an administrative team. I don't know why, but they didn't give me much information. I still don't understand, but that's why we stressed for the whole year, the entirety of the year. So with exactly what Mr. Williams has given us, if I would have had you sooner, it would have been a lot easier for us. So you have really relieved a lot of people's hearts. Thank you so much for calling us. I appreciate it.
Well, Mr. Williams,
it was truly a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Mr. Williams, thank you so much for calling in, and please tell Catherine thank you so much. I'll be contacting her later this week or next week to see what we could schedule for our shows. Listen to Me. Is there anything else that you would like to tell our audienceship before we let you go, sir?
No, I just want to thank the station, Jay, and the rest of the team. And for our parents, continue to work with your kids. You truly are doing an amazing impact on their lives. And their lives is truly in our hands as well, and as parents, because I'm a parent myself.
Well, that's good. That's good. And please forgive me for asking, but what part of Puerto Rico are you from?
I'm originally from Sidra, which is a very tiny little city.
Well, I come from a little tiny city in the south of Puerto Rico called Ponce. We have a big ego, but we're a little tiny city there called Ponce, Puerto Rico.
Well,
Mr.
Well, you know, Sidra is very close to Calle, so.
Oh yeah, well, you know, Calle has a very colorful history also, and Sidra is a very they are very famous for their double-A baseball players and some famous baseball players. See, so I know my sports, Mr. Williams. See. Well, Mr. Williams,
right.
I am very humbled, and thank you again for being on our show. I hope this is not the last time, and permitting your schedule. I know that school is going out on break now for summer break, so probably before the school starts, we would like to have you back and talk to us about what's going on in Orange County Public Schools. Is that possible?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
All right, Mr. Williams. Well, thank you so much. God bless. Thank you for all the hard work, for helping us, because I know that teaching is sometimes a thankless job. But from us here in the staff of Listen to Me, thank you so much for all the hard work that you're doing, Mr. Williams. Thank you so much. Thank you. Y que Dios me lo bendiga, y gracias por estar aquí en Listen to Me. Gracias. So that was Mr. Williams, and we hit it. So see, job well done, Miss Mimi. We got it done, and Mr. Williams has answered us. You're right. Sometimes the information is not out there at the correct time, But again, the FSA is going to be done next year. So at least we've projected this information, and closer to the FSA of next year, we have the correct information. Now we even have resources that we could give out again.
Exactly.
And we will. So job well done. Now we gotta get to the next bite here. But as we prepare for our next segment, we're gonna put Mr. Montes para que nos toque una cancioncita, and we're gonna be here, and we're just chilling with Mimi and me today. It's kind of nice and laid back, but I like it. So we'll be right back with after this song, and listen to me. Yes. Bueno, mi gente, este es Jay Rodríguez aquí con Mimi Steward, la belleza. Mimi Steward, the best producer in the world. And Mr. Miguel Montes, el mejor ingeniero aquí en Radio UNT.net. So, otra vez, un saludito a mi esposa, porque I gotta kiss up to my wife because she's really sick, and I'm like, I want to tell her that everything's gonna be all right, honey. You're gonna be able to go to the show on Friday, and tu paloma get better. A lot of tea, a lot of water. Que goste de un masajito. El esposo de paloma, you know, give her a little bit of massaging, brother. And Shami, as soon as the show's over, I'm gonna bring you some chicken noodle soup, and I'll give you a little massage too, so you can feel better, and anything else. But maybe this is the last show before the June 2nd show of Bohemia, the dinner improv show, and tell her who are our sponsors for that dinner show.
All right, we have a sponsor. We have Melody Nunez Photography. We have Roberto Vargas as the videographer. He'll be filming in our production. We also have I forgot S Visuals. We can't forget about her. She's the one that did all of our graphics and all of our arts, our program, our tickets. She's incredible. So those are our main sponsors right now that are
good. And Bohemia, and we're gearing up this Friday, June the 2nd in Bohemia in Café Mineiro. And what is the address of Café Mineiro?
Yes, it's 8204 Crystal Clear Lane, Suite 1700, Orlando 32809.
Well, good. We're going to have there Ivelisse Santo. We're going to have Nakita Negrete. We're going to have Edward Tapia singing some songs. This is a family event, so make sure you get your tickets. We still have a limited amount of tickets still available. You could buy them at the day of the show. Remember that the dinner it's a dinner improv show, so the show is $15. The buffet dinner is $13, and that's paid the day of the show. And also, we're going to have La Rican Chica. She's going to be doing her first singing in public for the first time, right?
Yeah, she is, and she was on our show. She was one of our first local talents to come here and premiere the song that she will be performing June 2nd.
So that's
I'm proud of her.
That's really cool. And also we're going to be trying to showcase more talents.
Yes.
And one of those talents is going to be Edward Tapia, who is also a top model here in Orlando. Last week we had Ralph Francis. He's a comedy.
He's great.
He's a comedy genius.
He is a character.
He's a character, and he's we've been blessed, and this is our 5th show that we're going to be doing with Ralph Francis. So Ralph, how you doing, brother? So we're going to have a very and each character. Abdul's going to be there. We have our first Muslim model / improv actor. Yes. So we're going to have Christians, Muslims, Puerto Ricans, Paris Queen from South Africa and Belgium. Right. So we have this international.
We have international. We have Nakita Negretti.
Yep.
We have Preston Wakefield.
Oh, Preston, brother, how you doing, Preston? Yeah, Preston's going to be there. Yeah, and he's going to be.
We have a melting pot. I love it.
Yeah, so
love our culture.
And you've always said it, Mimi, that here in Orlando we have the talent, but we lack the venues. Isn't that true? We lack the venues to where this talent can be showcased, and hopefully the cross between Steward Management and Soma Productions and Radio UNT, we could do this melting pot of all these cultures, all these actors, actresses, models that want to come into the industry, both in English and in Spanish, because we've had Spanish speakers that have played with us before, but we're getting that coalition of international players, and it's really cool.
And don't forget Santrigo. She comes from a Mexican background.
Oh yeah, and Santrigo, she's gonna be performing this is a game, an improv game, which is called it's called Karaoke Choir. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna sing a song, and you'll see what song. And it's really in the theme of Bohemia, and you'll see. And it's kind of like a tribute of Queen. So I'm gonna just.
I've seen the rehearsal. I love it.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. And then Santrigo is gonna engage with us in the improv games, but she's also gonna sing from a very famous a movie that was famous back in around the 80s or 70s, something like that. Yeah. So she's gonna entertain us with that, and come out and check out these new talents. And it's a show for the whole family. It's the improv games are based on Whose Line Is It Anyway? So you understand that it is a situation where we ask suggestions. So,
and also you'll be grabbing audience members.
Oh yeah, yes. There's going to be audience participation. So come
ready.
pretty and come nice, because we're gonna pick on you. And there's going to be some people there that we're going to be choosing also to participate in some of the games. Like some of the games are the Barbie dolls, which the players are static.
You don't want to release too much, Mr. J.
Oh, that's right. I gotta.
That's too much.
Yep. You know what? Come to the show, and you will roll around laughing, enjoy a good dinner, a good time, and for less. How much is a ticket to Disney these days? It's like
$100.
$100 for much less than $100. You could have a dinner, you could have a show, and you help.
Great company.
Great company, and you will help in a positive environment and in a safe environment, because in Café Mineiro we have ample parking, we have underground parking, we have above ground parking, we have parking for a whole bunch of cars. So it's safe, it's secure, it's a family environment.
Well, this is why it's hard to find a venue out here to support the local talents, because of that reason. They don't feel secure, they don't feel safe. They don't feel the love.
Yep, they don't feel. We'll give you the love. They'll feel the love.
In our family, we all love each other.
And that's the best thing of it. And but again, come and support this local talent. Come and support Café Mineiro, because Daniel Arantes has been the owner of Café Mineiro, has been very, very gracious to let us do these venues. And who knows, probably we could do, our goal is to try and do at least one show every Friday in Café Mineiro, do it like a type of dinner show. And who knows, probably we could turn out to be something like a dinner show version of SAC Comedy Lab or Orlando Improv. Because those theater venues, they're really good, but popcorn, pizza, and hot dogs, when you could have a 42-course buffet.
I can't wait.
Can you see the difference there? Pizza and hot dogs versus 42-course buffet. Hey, and if you go to the movies, I think one of those little burnt pizzas costs like $10.
Yeah, it's about that.
At $3, you got
for
43
personal one.
Per personal, yeah, per person. So for $13, and you have a very plethora of food and a comedy, local talent. Go to Café Mineiro, June the 2nd. The doors open at 7:30, right, my dear?
Yes, 7:30, doors open. Show starts at 8.
And also, we're going to have a surprise guest. His name is... Well, if he's a surprise guest, should I say his name?
I don't think so.
No. But we're going to have somebody there that's going to be doing street magic. That I could say.
I already know who you're talking about. And he's amazing.
Yes,
oh,
he's amazing. So we got surprises coming for you. Yeah, and so go June 2nd, Café Mineiro. Go to Eventbrite and look for Bohemia Improv Dinner Show. Search for Bohemia Improv Dinner Show. Buy your tickets online. It doesn't cost extra. It's $15 for the show. Again, the buffet is $13. It's paid the day of the show. So, mi gente, estamos hablando de Bohemia, el show de improvisación cómico-musical, un experimento que es un amalgamiento, como dice mi buena tía, un mejunje de comedia, música para toda la familia, con sana diversión. No va a haber problemas, no va a haber situaciones, no va a haber drama. Hay parking subterráneo, hay parking arriba, hay parking por los lados, parking seguro. So, venga a un evento y apoye el talento local de Orlando, porque el talento de Orlando existe. Si Disney, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, Planet Hollywood, todos esos lugares donde se presentan talentos que vienen de otros lados, venga acá. Por menos de $28 puede comer, puede ver un show y se va a divertir, va a sacarse ese estrés. And people are always talking, oh, well, I'm so stressed, I got this. Well, come to our dinner show and you will get de-stressed. You'll come out satisfied and laughing so hard, your cheekbones are going to hurt or your chest is going to hurt.
Yeah.
So basically, mi gente, vengan al Café Mineiro, junio 2. 7:30 de la noche abren las puertas y a las 8 p.m. hora del este vamos a estar. Oh, and we're going to be having our own photographers. We got our own paparazzi there too.
Yeah, we do. Melody Nunez Photography.
Melody Nunez, and we're gonna have her there. And wow, time flies.
Yeah.
Ya se fue la hora. Ay, virgen. So Mimi, it is another show on the books.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, guys, thank you so much for listening to us, for being a part of our family. I mean, because of you, we were able to be nominated for the Baoli Awards, and I'm so grateful. And we are your voice. So any information you guys need, if you want anything answered, contact us. Check us out on our Facebook page. Check my Facebook page out. It's why I say this is because we have all the videos streaming from the red carpet there and all the photos. So it's facebook.com/Steward Management, and check us out. All information in regards to the Bohemia Comedy Improv Dinner Show, as well as the Red Carpet Baoli Awards. Check it out, guys. You're going to be amazed. Thank you so much.
Great job. Well, on my half, Miss Paloma Martinez, I hope you feel better. Honey, I'm on my way home. I'm bringing you hot soups.
Yeah.
Te amo mucho. God bless. Miguel Monte, thank you for being an awesome ingeniero.
Yes,
and Radio UNT.net. This is Listen to Me, the award-nominated radio show. Listen to Me. See you. Que Dios me los bendiga.
Adiós.
El próximo martes.